Welcome. In this video, we are going to see how we can detect objects in the images using Azure's computer vision service. Now in this video, we'll be mostly doing three things. One is we will be creating a Azure Vision resource in the Azure portal. Then we'll be creating a wrapper.NET Core web API which will be communicating with this Azure computer vision resource. So what we'll do is we'll be sending image to the Azure computer vision through this web API, and then we'll get back the results. We'll tweak the results for our end users, and in the final step we'll be testing this API out through a sample image. So let's go to the Azure portal to create the computer vision resource. Now as you can see, this is the Azure portal. What we need to do is we just need to go to the Azure AI Foundry. If you see in here more services, just expand this and then you will see the computer vision. Let me click here. So as you can see, I already have one created for me. Now in the interest of time, this was already created. What you can do is you can just go ahead and create your own resource. I'll not be going through all these steps as these are pretty standard, but in the end, once you end up creating this resource, what exactly is important is if I can go to my resource, you will get an endpoint and the keys. So as you can see, this is the endpoint, and if you click here you will get the keys for this particular resource. Now once this step is done, you need to create a .NET Core wrapper API wherein these keys and these endpoints would be required. So let's have a look at our wrapper API which we have created in .NET Core. So as you can see, I have written this method as detect objects. I have marked it as HTTP post which accepts a parameter of image file. The first check is pretty standard. If there is no file, respond to the user with appropriate message. Then what we are doing is we are just creating the client of computer vision API, and we are providing it with the API key and the endpoint. Once this is done, we are just reading the stream of the file which we have uploaded, and then we are finally calling the computer vision API by sending in the stream, and as a result we'll get the result. The result would have different objects and properties. In here what we are doing is we are just processing the detected object and trying to map it to a structured format. So as you can see, object.object property, this is something which would give you the name of the detected object. Then we have a confidence property. So confidence property is basically the model's internal score for each object which it has detected. The usual value is in between 0 to 1. 1 meaning 100% confidence that that object is detected properly, and you can tweak your own code based on this confidence level. So if suppose you want to reject any output or any detection if the value is less than 0.5, again it would depend on your code, on your requirement, how you want to have it. Some may want to have a score of maybe more than 80%. So it will all depend on your implementation and your business case. But this is just the confidence score of the detection of a specific object. Then we have bounding box. Bounding box simply tells you the exact place where an object resides. And then finally we are creating our response, wherein whatever we have created in our object property, we are pushing it to our response. we have generated a message that object is detected successfully, and a detected object with whatever properties which we have read. And if anything goes wrong, we have an exception block which would again point to the user if anything has gone wrong. So now let's go ahead and test this API. So now let's go ahead and test our API. So as you can see, this is Postman, and in the interest of time I have already created the request. This is the URL of my API. I have marked it as post, and in the body section I'll just provide in the form data, I'll just provide the name of the parameter which I have used in my API method, and then I'll provide it with the respective file. So as you can see, I'll be providing a different file. This was the result from my previous test. So let's have a look at the file. So for this example, I'll be uploading this file. As you can see, this is pizza, and let's see if it detects or not. So let me cancel this out and let me go ahead and choose pizza. Now this is the same picture I'm uploading as what we see here. Let's send the request. So as you can see, we have got the response back, and it says the object detected successfully. As you can see, it detects that it is a food with a confidence score of 0.502, and in the list in the second element, it says that it's pizza with a confidence score of 0.65. So as you can see, the API is responding us with a result where it has detected the image, the object in the image with a certain confidence level.